Hello. I was just thinking how tatty some of my plants have gone. That one was gone to seed. That is coriander. These things have to be watched all the time. So I'm going to do a bit of drawing. I don't know how much of this you're going to see because my camera is very poor. I would have liked to do more drawing and painting things, but I don't have the right equipment for it to do it. I have a very good camera on a little Android tablet there, but I don't have the hang of either StreamYard or YouTube on that, so I'm slightly stuck. However, it's really just a kind of an enthusing live stream. And I'm going to show you a little drawing session. I haven't actually done any painting or drawing in, well, no, I've done drawing. I've gone out on um, walks and things and brought my sketch pad and drawn things. But you have to keep your hand in at it all the time in order to be any use at it, and then you can you can hopefully stay in the good place for a while with it. But depending on what subject you're doing, and I was going to do some drawing today because it's a rainy day, right? And whether you're a rainy day painter or a Sunday painter, there are things you can still do even if you can't go out and do landscape stuff or anything like that. So you can stay in and do things. And I was talking the other day about these being some of my favorite things. I was going to do drawings of hydrangeas. Because you could spend some time doing them, and they're not going to wilt too fast, And I was talking about the usefulness of dried flowers and fauna and things, flora and fauna. And, you've got yourself as well, you see. So what I'm going to do today, and I would have liked to show you the mirror setup and just show me drawing my face in the mirror. But I think it did before set up a little problem with mirror stuff before, where I was pointing the camera at the mirror and people were saying, oh, they couldn't see it because you just kept getting a reflection of a reflection of a reflection. But what I plan to do today is doing some drawing using a mirror. And so it's self-portrait stuff, right? And you want to get any good at portraits, you're going to be talking about doing drawing as well, right? Sorry, I can't get my mirror back at the right angle. So, you could just start straight into painting. A lot of people do paintings from photos and things as well. Now, a photo reduces something to flat, doesn't it? So you're losing out a lot of visual information that's really 3D information, So really, to get good at doing portraits, a way to go about it is if you don't have a sitter, because everybody's indoors because it's a rainy day and they don't want to go out in the rain to visit you or anything, to sit for you, you can draw yourself, can't you? And one way of doing that is what I'm going to be doing for this session. And I'm sorry I couldn't get my chromograph pencil. I was going to use that because the black shows up better on the paper. But you can see me making the faces and everything to learn things about human musculature and how muscles all move under the skin and everything, and how they support areas around different parts of the face and everything, And you are so lucky if you're getting older, because although everybody hates on YouTube and in general society, people are increasingly getting to hate the idea of anything over the age of 30. In terms of drawing and everything, it's wonderful when you start getting older, because you stop looking like a little doll or whatever youthful, fresh little thing you wear, and you get all these wonderful wrinkles and everything. And when I'm going to be rude and turn away from you, when I'm looking over towards the mirror, the light today, it's low light, but I'm right beside a window. I'm getting a nice raking light on my face, and the light is hitting the lightest planes of my face, and all the darkest areas, like those wrinkles around my mouth and everything, are lovely and dark. So you get lovely contrast, you know. So it's a great day for it, you know. So it's a good day. You're going to create a finished drawing, okay, which is going to have compositional elements, and you're sort of thinking about how the picture is going to look at the end. And I'm not doing that. I'm doing a working drawing. I'm going to cover the sheet with loads of different drawings done fairly fast, because I'm going to pull faces, and I'm going to draw those faces that I'm pulling, and obviously it's putting pressure on all the muscles and everything, and it's, you know, you'll go into pain if you're holding the same position for hours. So typically if you have a sitter sitting, you're going to want them in a position that's comfortable for them. Quite often this sort of 3/4 view is that kind of view there is optimal for somebody sitting for you, because it's comfortable for them, and you're getting the 3D-ness of their face in a way that you're not if it's side on. Although, you know, you can break these conventions, you know. But the purpose of this is just keep doing different drawings. So I'm trying to get my drawing skills back up again for it, you see. And a mindset going into it is, you don't care. You don't care about, you're not impressing anybody. You don't have to impress yourself. You're just getting immersed in working in it. Okay. So I'm here we go, folks. It's not gonna be really long. I'm just playing some music I like. I'll hire it a bit for you in case you can't hear it. Playing some music I like, Les Arts Florissants, playing Viola da Gamba and lots of their little, I think they're a quartet. And they're playing, who is it? Charpentier. So that, you know, got my old Mac fired up. And it really only works as a music player these days, because it's, it won't even run a browser or anything. That's as high as it goes. So if you can't hear that and you want to play your own music, so right, so this is what we do. Now, I have trouble painting faces at an angle, right? Because all your, say I start drawing here, okay? I'm drawing, there's the edge of the face, I'm drawing at an angle. So I know that the mouth and nose have to be at an angle, okay? That's something I know rather than what I'm perceiving. Because what I perceive is I'm actually making the head straight again in my mind, the way my mind perceives it, you see? So what I'm actually drawing is going to be knocked off all the time by that. So this is like high level stuff, being able to do things at funny angles like that, because your brain keeps trying to correct the information that you're seeing. So you can see how I'm generalizing and moving from the general to the specific, and using large, easy shapes to help me do things. So I used the glasses, you see. And I'm working with line and tone. I can't show you too much yet, okay? We'll show you when I get further on. This is the problem with the cameras and things, you see. Some people have funky setup and they can zoom in, get their lighting right and everything, and show you what they want you to show you as they go along. Ooh, and I'm loving my wrinkles. You see, this is how you get to love your wrinkles, folks. Become an artist. Wrinkles are a lovely gift for the artist. Give you a map, a way around the face. More signposts, you see. Now you want to get the shape of the head in as well. And then I'm starting to get a bit more. I also make faces when I'm painting. Enjoy. chew my lips and all this and make contortion faces. Forever getting sitters laughing at me when I'm doing this, but anyway. Okay, now the head is tilted back, so we got foreshortening going on as well, with the chin out in the front plane, and then everything is tilted back, so your head height is short, you see, in that. I'm not making like a big face in this one. I'm just getting warmed up. I'm going to make pulling faces now in a minute. I'm going to enjoy that. To look at more muscles around the mouth, I was thinking, you know. It's even very hard to get things lined up as to judge what's straight and what's not. Okay, so that's my warm-up. And if I want to come along then, if I want to come along and start introducing, if I can find it. Sorry, I have to root around in here for a minute. If I want to start introducing more tones into it, I must have packed another little expedition pencil case or something. I'm not finding half the things I'm looking for here. Where's my chalk? I have white chalk, you see. Where would I hate stopping in the middle. I should have really there, that'll do, probably. It's not chalk though, but it might do, because I'm working on a grey paper, which is just sugar paper, newsprinty style sugar paper. So I can come along and I can, it's not white enough, that. I can come along and establish areas that are highlighty areas. Then that's not really working because it's not lighter than the paper. I want it white. I don't want to have to stop and go off and look for the darn thing. I don't know where I left it. Okay, we'll just go on. You see, you would have your darkest tones laid down. Then you can come along with Conte chalk or something, put in white tones. Then you could work a mid-tone with something. So, but we're going to keep moving around the sheet, and I'm going to pull a face now. Okay? So that was only like, what, 5 minutes or something? So let's go again. We're just looking for getting, moving fluidly and everything, and getting skills back up by doing sheet after sheet of thing, you see. So let's make a face and get the muscles here all working. Here. So start zooming in on understanding that structure and the muscles. And my tongue is already drying up. Okay, so that was one where looking at how the light is hitting in different muscles and tension across the mouth, you see. So how the tension is playing around. So let's go on, do more. And we're constantly changing. We're constantly changing the angles and everything. How long have I been on? 17 minutes. I'll stay on for half an hour and I'll work away myself. And any other rainy day or Sunday painters out there who would be into doing self-portraits. Where's me knife? Who would be into doing self-portraits can work away on their stuff, you see. But it's just an idea that makes more sense than using photos a lot of the time. You can use photos of yourself supplementary to this, but I feel you get more out of drawing yourself, you see. And there are times to do longer studies. They're worthwhile. And then there are times to do loosening up exercises like this that get you into the flow of things, if you know what I mean, okay? So let's move the mirror a little bit. We'll use our handy vase. And we'll get the lighting slightly different and a different angle without me, because the more you turn away from your drawing to look at what you're looking at, the swooping back to look at your drawing page from where you're getting your source from, mistakes happen from there to here. So the shorter the distance, the better. And I have lovely lighting here on my neck. So I'm going to do this and have a look at my neck and have fun with that. I'm trying to get the muscles in my neck taut, harder and harder as you age. I seem to be going into a saggy neck person, saggy jowl person, instead of a lovely hollow neck person, which I wanted to be when I was older. But anyway, can't have everything. So it's the underlying structure you're getting. You're getting away from surface. I'm not concerned about whether this looks like me. I'm looking at anatomy, kind of. You get the anatomy right, it will actually look like you. And I'd usually put shoulder lines in because you're not just a head, you see, you're a body as well. And you can do nude studies yourself as well. It's too flipping cold around here for that these days. But, you know, for anatomical things, you can do stuff. You're limited, you know, when you're using yourself as a model, obviously. Because you've got to be able to be comfortable enough to be able to hold pencils and draw as well. And I'm letting the light help me do this as well. So the light is creating the structure, you see. So what other areas will we look at? I don't really like doing things with my eyes when I have glasses on because structurally I feel it slightly gets in the way, but we'll have a go. Okay, angle. I want to be slightly side on. I'm just trying out loads of different angles of things, and I'm interested in something different on each drawing. So I'm sort of interested in the way light is hitting eyes in this one. And the same thing I was interested in that first one, okay, which was light and shade coming in to define structure in the face. So we're doing the same thing from a slightly different angle. And I'm very interested in down here what's happening, because there's a kind of a droopiness of the muscles there that's very interesting. And light and shade is helping define it and everything. Rembrandt had great fun with this when he started getting older. he did a lot of self-portraits and liked dressing up and wearing hats and feathers and things as well. And some of his best self-portraits were self-portraits. And he loved, his thing that he really loved was materials, describing materials. So he described skin as a material in his paintings very well, and invented all these fabulous brush strokes, all very, sorry, I'm getting cross-eyed here, all very manual, sculptory ways of doing things, stabbing into things and moving back brushes, and having fabulous energy in his works. And you're very lucky if you can get up close to a Rembrandt. You'll learn a lot by going up very close to paintings and having a look. The other reason I'd be rotten at doing live streams, even though I had a good camera, is I tend to, when I'm painting, I'm right up on top of the canvas because I'm so blind. So that wouldn't work. But I'm doing I'll do these kind of things every once in a while as enthusers, you see, for anybody wanting to have a go at drawing and painting. And sometimes you see stuff on YouTube that's very misleading because it's just doing things from postcards or photos, and you're missing a lot of the fun doing that, of the actual moment, the discovery in the moment of doing something. Wow, this is really hard for some reason. And it's not that different from the first one. Perhaps I'm getting too worried about it working out or something. You see, you can self-sabotage yourself worrying about, oh my God, it's not turning out well, and then it just gets worse and worse. So we leave that behind, the worry, and keep moving on. I see angle. I find the angle difficult. And my music has stopped. Why? That is not the end of it. So I would do this for maybe an hour and a half or something like that. No more than 2 hours. Probably I get tired after about 2 hours. But I take little breaks and things every 45 minutes or so. Take a break, you see, maybe, have a cup of tea or step outside for a minute, get a bit of air, and then come back in. Might get maybe 3 hours work out of myself, depending on the day that's in it. But even 10-minute drawing session or something, it's all helpful. Yeah, I'm generalizing too much in that one. But I could keep working away and just keep going through the pages during that session and do maybe 10 minutes and not worry if, like that one didn't turn out great, but not worry if it's not working. Say, oh, okay, it's at the stage where it's not working. We'll move on to change position and do another one. So that would be an idea for rainy days or Sundays for drawing or painting, use yourself and get yourself a little mirror, and get your setup that you can pull a face and then look at yourself in the mirror and draw yourself from that, you see, and get all these different angles on yourself. Look at the angles. If you have two mirror set up, you can see you can do all sorts of different things from weird angles, and everything makes you very flexible in your drawing. But like one mirror, is sufficient for what you want to do. You see? So if you like drawing or painting, that's the way to go. I think the last time I had a live painting session might have been, I was actually drawing the hydrangeas, but I was using different media for that. I was using pen and watercolor for that. But the same thing, put on some nice music, get into it and get into the flow of it, you see. And sometimes it's a slow thing, and sometimes it's a keep it moving, keep energy in it. And you notice that when I was drawing, you probably noticed my whole arm was moving. It's not a tight little, you have to get it right and everything. It's your body is involved in it, and so it's a physically enjoyable thing to be doing as well on a day where otherwise you might be a bit limited in things you can do physically outside and everything. So it's fun. Give it a go. It's fun. Even if you're rotten at drawing, I have days where I'm rotten at drawing, and you don't worry about it. You see, you don't worry about it. You just get on with it and you do it. And it's fun. And you don't like the thing afterwards, you chuck it out. But put it on your get a little bit of sticky, blue tacky, whatever, and put it up on the wall first. And lie around like in bed at night or something, put it at the end of your bed or on the wall beside your bed, and you can look at it and you'll see things in it you didn't notice the first time, and there might be nice qualities in it you didn't notice that inspire you to do something else where you go, I'd like to do that again, but with such and such happening. Then you might go into a different media with it the next day, and you'd say, I like this idea here. You might see one of them and say, I like that idea. I wouldn't mind a painting from that angle and everything. You can use that as a template drawing, get a bit of carbon paper or something on the back, transfer that down onto your other sheet of paper and do it in watercolor or something. You've got the drawing already laid out and everything for it, So you can use it for other things. And then the introduction of different media into it, you're becoming very flexible in your thinking, and you're becoming flexible in use of materials and things as well. But the materials can be very simple. They can be one pencil for a drawing session like that. And that's a good idea because you don't have to keep looking for things, changing things. I didn't even want to stop to look for a white chalk thing there. Okay, bye. But whatever you're doing, have a fun day. And thanks for dropping in. Bye.